So a few months ago, I hinted that we were going to be trying out some other neighborhoods. And this is what happened. We are remodeling our home, so we needed to be out for 3 months. And I was like, wow, what a great opportunity to try out something different. So, Avenida Balboa, El Cangrejo, any of the other neighborhoods? No. Where am I right now? I am basically in El Chorrillo. So this is a video about security, how safe is it really to live in Panama, and how is it to live in El Chorrillo, at least on this part of El Chorrillo. So let's take a look. So welcome to Chorrillo. And what you see right here on the back is Plaza Amador. It is a football field that gets used from 6 in the morning to, I would say, past 9 p.m. And right behind is the municipal pool. So it's the piscina municipal, and it also gets used all day long until 8 p.m. So you can hear the music, the salsa, you can hear it all the way from here. Today is Saturday, it's 4 p.m. and the sun has started to come down. So we're gonna be walking around and we're gonna go check the game. I also wanted you to see how interconnected these neighborhoods are. Because right there is Santa Ana and Casco Viejo. There you go. That's the supermarket right there. The cancha, the firemen. Let's go walk it. So I am here at Calle 16, and this is Corregimiento de El Chorrillo. So you can see here, this is the supermarket, but so you understand how interconnected everything is, you'll see La Manzana here. So if I was to walk that way, I would be into Santa Ana Patrimonial, which you had heard me over the channel to describe it, how it's part of Casco Viejo and all that. But on this side of the sidewalk, we are outside the monument. We are essentially in El Chorrillo. So now we're walking to Plaza Amador. So you can see the partido. Plaza Amador is really kind of like the heart of what's going on. Those partidos are at all hours, but especially on weekends. If you hear the music, let's try and cross. And you see people like vendors, fruits, vegetables. It's a classic. This is our supermarket. And now, the adventure of crossing the street. But we can do it. In fact, you just do it. You just go ahead and do it. So you see, here is already Santa Ana Patrimonial, and we are in El Chorrillo right now. They are fixing all the infrastructure, so you see a lot of road work. So everything is getting underground. And there it is, the football team. Oh my God, I see some seniors. Maybe this is like the senior hour. They'll call it the master's hour. So for the big games, all of that gets packed and people are just screaming and yeah, it's too exciting. So let's keep walking. Now we are going towards the bomberos. The bomberos are the fire department. So the fire department has been historically here. You'll see they have a really nice building on this side. So that's the fire department. And you can see the road work happening. So this is essentially a grid. And you will see that as we come to what is Avenida A, it will connect immediately with Santa Ana and San Felipe. You will basically will be like right there. And yes, this is where I'm living for the next 3 months. I have to say, after taking care of a house that is basically, I don't know, 3,000 square feet, and being in an apartment that's essentially 600 square feet, I am delighted. I am enjoying it. So for all of you guys who are downsizing, right-sizing, whatever you want to call it, go do it. It's great. Highly recommended. So now I am on A Avenue. And as you can see, everything is on the works right now. So what's happening is that they are putting everything underground, and they're redoing all like the water cisterns, the sewer system. This is one of the main avenues towards San Felipe and Casco Viejo. Now, Chorrillo is one of those neighborhoods that historically have been like, it's like a loaded name, it's like a loaded tag. The name has always been associated with being unsafe, with crime. And I wouldn't say that it's not real. I would say things have gotten better throughout the years. But also, just as I said, on different neighborhoods, different areas, sometimes it's different pockets. But overall, if I had to compare Chorrillo to other countries, it's just simply not like other places. Here, this, for example, was burnt a year or so ago. And of course now this is all a disaster because of the work road. I have so many friends that have experienced true safety challenges. Countries like Mexico, Honduras, Guatemala. And their stories are just not fun. So sometimes when we say crime, and what we mean might be very different. And look at me, I'm walking around. Not an issue. And now you'll see how close San Felipe is. We're right here. So, still walking. Again, I'm not saying that there isn't crime. Of course, crime in every city. Those who are blessed of not having any crime, they are the exception. But it's not what I've heard from my friends. That is for sure. In a way, that's what inspired this video. Panamanians in general are very tranquilo. This is a very tranquilo society. It's a very safe society. And even in the areas where you would think, they're tough areas. Here I am. So, we have arrived now to Calle 3. So, on this side, you will go straight to Plaza Santa Ana. And on this side, you go to Cinta Costera. Let's see if we can cross the street and show you a little bit more. Once you get to Cinta Costera, it's all that linear park and the bridge around the town. So if you are into jogging, into outdoor, exercise, outdoors activities, Cinta Costera is one of those places where everybody meets and greets. I've seen patinadores, skaters around 8 p.m. They all go like together, like a pack of bees or something, like they just go together And then you have the occasional party in the middle of elote, you know? This is so Panamanian. I think at some point I told you guys that Panama might be located in the center of the Americas, but we're very Caribbean. We had nothing to do culturally with Central America. No way. So we're in Calle 13. This is Santana. This is Casco Viejo, by the way. This is properly UNESCO World Heritage Site. And this, basically 2 streets more, you're in Chorrillo. And it just goes to speak to the interconnectedness of everything, ¿no? Bueno, ¿cómo estás? Aquí viendo a los perritos, yo creo que quieren pedir comida.
No, no te quieren morder.
I know. Uh-oh, I think I'm gonna be chased by dogs. And here, like, in the middle of somewhere or anywhere, there's like el Museo del Cacao y Chocolate. Check that out. In the middle of Calle 13. I think I'm gonna get bit by some dogs now. It will be all recorded live. Oh no, I escaped. You see? Nothing that. I scared for a minute. Now we're getting to the Mason's Lodge. Panama has a Mason's Lodge, and it's right here. I think this one was built in the 20s. I forget exactly the year, but I think this one in particular was built in the 20s. It's an amazing property, especially for being inside the monument. It's one of the few properties that actually have a patio, and the shape obviously is very different. And then this street takes you to actually the gym that Roberto Duran used to train. So, historic gym is still there. The gym, not Roberto Duran. And it's really cool. People really use it. I know people who they go there to train. Now there's a new training spot in Cinta Costera towards Balboa Avenue, and it's amazing. It's for free, and they're great trainers there. So now we're arriving to Cinta Costera. So whether you live in Chorrillo, San Felipe, or Santa Ana, this is available to you. You've seen me walking around, and obviously if you're coming running, you'll hit this in 2 seconds. And here you go. So this is going to be a parking area for the whole area, which is going to help the economy on this side. All the commercial, now that people are going to be able to park here and walk inside. And then you have a road that goes around San Felipe, and then a strip that goes all the way to Amador. So you can do this by bike, you can do running, jogging, coming in the morning. People with pets, we see them all the time. So there you go. I just walked through El Chorrillo. Is it all El Chorrillo? Of course not. It's the pocket where I am. And it is a pocket that is being developed. Now also, I think the point that I wanted to make was within what we might call crime and insecurity, Panama is just such a safe place. The character of Panamanians is very tranquilo. And we truly do look after other people. And especially if it's your first time here and somebody says, hey, you know, you're walking into an unsafe area, most likely people will help you with great disposition to either go to an area where perhaps they perceive it as being with less crime. People are very sweet and very nice in that sense. So I don't know what to say other than this is my experience. And again, this is not to say that we don't have crime. This is just to say that it's not like other places. ¡Ay, mira esa belleza! ¿Puedo subirlo? No, y miren otro perro. ¡Ah! ¡Ay, $100. Well, now you know. The minute I see a beautiful dog, I forget about video, I forget about YouTube, I forget about everything. I met friends with the owner of the dog, every kid that was with her. Amazing, amazing. After that, I went back to La Manzana. There was a vintage bazaar going on, and then I came home. So there you go. That is a typical Saturday afternoon here in this side of Chorrillo. There you go. If you like it, subscribe.